Wow, I'm alive. I exist. Hopefully his music isn't too loud. Okay, good. It's capturing. I feel like it's too loud in my own ears. I can turn that down. I win. Congrats on getting first. Playing Bad End Theater, which I guess there's a content warning. It's pretty much just like a visual novel where there's a lot of different endings and most of them are, I guess, bad. Here's the notice if you want to read it. It's pretty much just there are moments where it's kind of, I don't know, violent, murder, death, but overall lighthearted. It's a little bit too loud, not overbearing, but a little distracting. Okay, we can fix that. Maybe that's better. Turn it down a tiny bit. I think this game starts with a tutorial. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. The human doll or the demon doll. I'm gonna pick the human doll because I'm boring. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding your own business. I pressed circle and I guess that brings up the log. I was paying attention. How will you interact with the demon doll? Attack it or play nice? Play nice. Oh. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story needs not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time try controlling the other doll. Well, that was fast. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Play nice? You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad end at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Railroading Shake My Head game bad. It's a visual novel. How are they not gonna railroad you in a visual novel? Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, the behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. I think I did it wrong. Interact with the demon doll. Oh god. Why? Limo fruit. Bad year. Bad. You don't throw objects at the nice people on the stage. Attack it. You kill the demon doll in cold blood. How ruthless. End the tutorial. I feel like I messed that up. Wicked. Okay, they both attack. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. Attack. Oh, you both attack each other at once and die together. In the tutorial. Okay, I'm done. I think I get it. Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Well, without further ado, let's start the show. The Because these are all... I guess their behaviors are locked. They're not locked. It can be the hero, the maiden, the underling, or the overlord. Yeah, you chatters better behave. No more throwing things. This is 41 endings. Let's be the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. That's not a good place to have your city. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you have to be born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. He looks pretty scary. Hi, other guy. Shout for a hero to come save you. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. Oh. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Ensumed maiden end. Huh. Okay, let's try that again. I'm the maiden. Okay. Shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. Oh my gosh. Doing the maiden again. Hi, other guy, I guess. When being rude. Keep talking like that, you get the middle bunk. You're the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out. You don't get it. I sure don't. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. Make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. Feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates and are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the overlord. Cut through the demon army. Oh my god. You know what? I do have a little to drink. I was about to say I have nothing, but there's a little. Okay, now there's nothing. Cut through the demon army. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. I'm getting lit. If I wanted to get lit, I'd have to steal like some of Sunny's drinks. I don't have any more alcohol. Also, I have work tomorrow, so it might not be. I guess it's pretty early in the day. I'd probably be fine by tomorrow. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing, murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can see only one answer. Well, the maiden, like, got eaten by a random demon because she's stupid. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before the final battle. The Overlord is also almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. Just as you suspected, she must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? Were you too weak, or were you just not... Like, I don't think there's anything good... That maiden was pretty stupid. You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero end. Okay, we have to like find a way to make the maiden like smarter. Slaughters all the demons, doesn't scream at the sight of the underling. Okay, well, can we make the underling not kill her? You are a demon underling in service to the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. A lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. It gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she's kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest maybe you should be the next Overlord. I like the sound of that. You announced your first act of rebellion is to take that day off, like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. What are they doing, little somersaults? The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Hear her out, please. You're in a good mood today and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so it's kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it'd even be possible to understand each other before now. Maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. Bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks you where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her. But hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. He gives you a look and you say that was just a joke, of course. He smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Avenge your fallen comrades. Save yourself? You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle. But you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. Kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life far away from any humans or demons. Or you'll live peacefully, alone in some deep dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling end. Well, that was... Let's try that again. Let's not overthrow her. Tell your friends you were totally not serious about the whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. Roll around in the grass. Gonna hear her out. Avenge your comrades. Who does this guy think he is, coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You liked that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you. There's no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile on top of him as your consciousness fades. The hero has overtaken. Your army has won. You've earned your rest. Whoa, victorious underling end. Yippee! Here, let's just go ahead and eat the maiden. Let's not eat the maiden. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. They're devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought. You feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. People are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Honey, this is just you. You like crunching plastic spoons apart. You'd probably eat this old man. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you failed to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. Curtain closes. Former underling end. Okay, let's try overthrow the maiden. Change your mind and leave. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. Yeah, you wake up. You'll... Okay. What can the Overlord do? You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. A pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who always keep killing members of your army. Even a role called hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point. The way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Grant them the day off. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. If nothing better to do today, they decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord is great. You awake to a huge commotion outside. The hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out onto the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero. He's grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you the strength. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. Damn. Try that again. Get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. The servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. Okay, you take a nap. Oh, it's going crazy outside and you're dead. The Overlord freaking stinks. Now I gotta find a way to make this, like, go further. That just becomes a puzzle game. Plenty help. The behaviors to change the flow of events. I don't know. The Overlord can't really do anything but be the tyrant. Underling can be disloyal, maiden. Save me! Hero does not come. Oh, it's being nice to me now, okay. Tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. Maybe make the hero not kill everyone. Yeah, that's a good idea. Can I do that? Do I just, like, unequip, like tell him not to be, like, dutiful? Because that's the only thing he has. The demon doesn't seem to really have been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. He lectures the underling that brought you here, who is apparently told not to leave their post. I wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. To your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the overlord turns to you, looking very interested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. Wasn't there like diplomatic in the options when you did your one run with him? Oh yeah, I'm so smart. I have memory. I'll have to do that. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. Ask the overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden. He doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. It makes it sound so simple. Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. Overlord shares many stories about demons with you. Little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, they commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. They didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. Realize that must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the overlord on behalf of your village. He says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. He's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the overlord could say the same of humans. You might be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she was to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this overlord has been very nice. Feel butterflies in your stomach. Oh, here comes the tragic Yuri. They're gonna fall in love, and then the stupid hero is gonna come kill the overlord. Oh, yeah. Then the hero barges into the room. Clothes are stained by a dark liquid, dripping from his weapon too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The overlord, who you've just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. Clear now that you've been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. Somehow managed to slip past the overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Escaped maiden end A. Huh. Flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. You can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. Wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden. All on your own, if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. For a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced by an army of demons that all look very intimidating. Diplomatic. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down. You feel very uncomfortable. They seem to trust you. They escort you directly to the overlord's chambers. That was easy. The overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation while you barge in. and you look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to be hesitant. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured. I'm here of her own volition. That's a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave. You casually exit the castle. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their Overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should have been destroyed. Those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you've just overheard. Wow, so many color. I'm so sorry, there's not too many colors. Whoa, color. Demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by a group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? He begins shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise, while the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. He threatens them with violence. The Overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. A group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of their litter behind. Glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. I have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? The ballad just started using each character's colors. Underling pounds on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into the underling's chest, and it lets out a horrible scream. That is a lot of fire. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. You look to the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this, you envy her. The two of you, the Overlord and the underling's corpse, are all consumed by flames. Oh. Well, damn. Okay, you're gonna be nice. The underling, I guess, make sure they're not disloyal. What's the other things I can make him do? Yeah, she lets you leave. Waller in the grass. She screams for a hero. Tell her to quit yelling. When the maiden realizes you're not gonna hurt her, she regains her composure. Now that she started talking to you like you're friends or something, you don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? Roll in grass. If there was only one language in the world, would like the concept of there being different languages, like, who would even think of that? Demons and humans have independent societies. Wouldn't it make sense for them to have their own languages? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line from you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Blah, blah, blah. Go take a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They said they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. and being a pretty lazy underling, you, of course, reply with, sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. She's actually not so bad, you guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask why they're sorry, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Oh. Well, the underling didn't get any new bleep bloops. You're out. Let's kill the Overlord. Isn't that just disloyal again? You tell them we were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible at jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of fox confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to do this. They figure they just lock her in a room and set it on fire. Oh, that's where the fire came from. What a stupid plan. It could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take off from the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck. Fuck. The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. Except that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up. Except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they'd tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. Whoa, colors again. I just got a text message. Who is text messaging me? Oh. I guess remember that like random thing that like wasn't in our order earlier? And it's like, you can have it shipped. Apparently it's gonna arrive in like 6 minutes. Allegedly. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place. Crushed beneath my heel. Red chili paste. He sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A. Suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the two humans. Then the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd got that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you'd sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. Raider underling. He still didn't get anything new. Flee like a coward. Ask to be let in. Destroy the Overlord. Lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. You might be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. Oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. You must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, playing the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Whoa. Triumphant hero. Flee like a coward. Let me in. Ask what's going on. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but he suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in, and you follow to try and stop her. Smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. Oh, going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander hero into be. Well, I'm getting like different endings, but these aren't exactly what I'm going for. What if we make the demon hungry and they eat the maiden? Or we make the Overlord nice and make this guy diplomatic? Be like a coward. Let me in. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Is she really never here? Well, you wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing that she's a demon and all. You can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Useless hero. What was he meant to do? Light. What's the point of making him hungry and disloyal? Flee. Let me in. Wait, what ending was that? I pressed the skip button and it just skipped everything. Flee. Let me in. Okay, it's just the lost maiden again. I guess there's no point in showing the demon lord probably caught on fire after that. In. Blah, blah, blah. Going on. And we burned to death. Huh. What if the Overlord is mean? And the underling is... the underling can only be disloyal. never in danger. Blah, blah, blah. Let's leave. Group of demons, suspicious. Yeah, we've seen this. We burned to death. Not sure what to do. Let's not hear her out. Oh, like, what do? You're either disloyal and everyone, like, burns to death, or you die. I feel funny. I need help. What if I kill these ones and then ask to be let in? They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier. You haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience. And you kill everyone. For some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. What's going on? Came here on her own, you don't respond. She walks past you to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. It was all just a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. He tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Getting a phone call. I don't want to answer a phone call. Leave me a voicemail if it's important. Freaking 4:30. My office is closed. My calling hours are 12 to 12:30. Maybe try being the Overlord at the end. Maybe there's a choice. Grant them the day off. Wake to a knock at your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. The maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You really don't understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. Maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. Okay, now I've gotten a text message. Okay, the text message is just that, like, the freaking, like, chili sauce or something has arrived. Why did that happen to happen right after I got a phone call? Surely they're not calling me to tell me my chili sauce has arrived. She insists that you stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. And I could be antisocial. Tell her she'd better go home. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. Look how pouty the maiden is. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. The maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her. You also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. The whole situation is just asking for trouble. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. Also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people in my village have been left unharmed. Because of your orders, isn't it? You're very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. I've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her all this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. People in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. Yeah, this girl's a freaking lesbian. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. He is apparently searching for a maiden who is rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything's explained, the hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. Maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks to return to the village. Only I still had the Yuri emote. I'm so sorry. Maybe we can get our own Yuri emote. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero's cautious now. You won't let her go. Maybe you demons are evil after all. If you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. Whoa, Moonsdancer Yuri. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. He's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to our village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step toward the maiden, but she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero? No, he's already one of your underlings. The maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. You've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You've been slain by your own underling. Betrayed overlord. Well, what am I meant to do? The underling can only be disloyal because he's a little shithead. Grant them the day off. Let her stay for a while. You can't bring yourself to send the maiden away. She just got here. Enjoy a nice long chat. Let them go. And you're gonna burn to death in your house. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that. You decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down onto the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. The room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. Close your eyes for a while. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden and hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underling barges in next, shouting that humans are liars. You're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was that first underling's plan. Everyone's shouting over each other, and it's very annoying. You yell at all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led the conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in place. Crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. Group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam the door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. He pounds on the door, he pounds on the door. So this is how you'll die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. Should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. Notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that's nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot, knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Forgive them. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together. Overlord's true end. Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself. What was the point of all my efforts? The true ending is this terrible. You must have forgotten where we were, where you were. This is bad end theater. Is the pain settling in? Oh, but you shouldn't be. You should have been well aware of what you've been shown when you entered this place. Oh, non-binary underling. I think I've only seen they, them for them. Hell yeah. Non-binary underling. Oh, could the people who made this game be gay? The problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Oh god, the tyrant can do so many things now. What's the point of being antisocial? Because you are antisocial, but then she stays anyway. Can the maiden do anything? Be polite. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief. The whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. Apologize for causing trouble, but really didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. Look at her face. Her like little 4-pixel face. That little emote. Where did you get frog? Little frog car. Why is there's a multiple little frog cars? You'll be back soon. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. The hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world's better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. Now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room. All your words spilling out at once, you should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. He calls you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seemed so nice. The other demons coming in right after them, saying the whole thing was their idea. Really, everyone's shouting at each other. It's really stressing you out. We're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. He threatens them with violence, and you think he is very overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. Watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. Thinking that you must have jinxed it because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. You had just pretended not to hear them. You left as you were told. Only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. Beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. Spare the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Wow, Maiden's true end. Can't end like this. Going to answer the Maiden's prayers, you've decided to find a way to save everyone. But for tracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? There's nothing you can do by acting from within the story. Maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Whoa. Hero on fire, Maiden on fire, Underling on fire, everyone's just on fire. That's great. You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that, but what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you, but why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. The hero, Maiden, Underling, and Overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what you're supposed to do right now. Guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hi guys, I've come to save you. You explain to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible intertwined fates. Now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this made no sense to any of them, only the Maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. You must be her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real ending must be. Now, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How? Passé? You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way into the stage, did you? I'm the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Tragedy if you'd like. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relieve one of the many bad endings, right? You're alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope that you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission, it's quite disrespectful. I want to see something new. Are you trying to say my bad endings have gone out of style? You have some nerve. You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending. That's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. I'm to fight God? Stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. Defend. Try closing off your heart to protect yourself. It doesn't make you feel any better. Is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Wait, let me try that again. You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world, after all. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold my beauty. Behold my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all make your heart ache? You've witnessed 17 of my painstakingly crafted endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know? It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. Can't do this alone. What the hell? Come in! Find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon, you're... How can you explain it in a way the hero can understand? Did you ask what he's sewing? Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear. He senses pride in his hobby and wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. Remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townfolk, so he has no one else that wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero. Please tell me what I have to do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss without him. You're the one who keeps killing us. Murderer! I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Damn. Summon? How will you fight against tragedy? Willpower or justice? Your HP. I'm gonna die before I can summon all these idiots. I'm gonna find the maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. He's the catalyst of this story, after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown so tired of waiting. You remember this part. You wanted to understand her role better, and so... Get out of here with that emote, Sonny. You ask if that's what she's really hoping to gain from this. Maiden's confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as waiting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. True end for the maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. Maiden will now fight alongside you. What is this horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the things you put us through. And this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. And can she heal me? The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive, I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. I'm dying. I'm dying. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call out to you, and the other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? Explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. Tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, by saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life, never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends who have bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. True end for the underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that Work can be fun. Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. The underling will now fight alongside you. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about boss battle. The underling, huh? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally. If I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. I guess I'll summon the last one before I die. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. More like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. You offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. I see, so this is tragedy. You've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? I don't know. Willpower. The reign of terror ends here. I refuse to give in. The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. And, kindness. Wayne tries to appeal tragedy with kindness. Oh. Yeah, I knew that didn't work already, didn't I? Your HP has run out. Damn. You wish to challenge me again, collect more bad endings. You'll be able to reach this path again through the Maiden's true end. Your bad end. Can I do that again? Hello? Why were you so not hungry? About to halfway back to the village, you feel something is off. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think I fucked it up again. The Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to make sure everyone is safe. Already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fist against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. Start to cough. Smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. Fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord. If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Well, that's a little... I'm okay. I don't... I think you have to be disloyal, right? Introduce yourself, blah, blah, blah. Can we... Okay. Thank you. So you're back, ready? Yeah. I will find my true ending. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we have to, like, summon all of them again. Blah, blah, blah. Guess we'll just trial and error this. Okay, willpower. Hope. Our true endings do exist, they simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. It's really just a guess. Tenacity. Knock me down, I'll just come back stronger. The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. We'll unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Oh. Ha ha ha. You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. Tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? No. I'm satisfied. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. Whoa. And apparently there's like, what was it? A total of like 41 bad endings, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't. Oh, there's lyrics. Oh my god, I can't believe they got Miku for this song. Wow. Yeah, there's... Oh, how many endings are left? Oh, so you weren't done with my bad endings, and now you're back for more. I'll have to cancel out your true ending if you want to go back to the way things were before our final battle. So we begin the resetting process. Sure. There are two options. If you missed out on seeing all 41 bad endings, keep your progress and reset to before you started the true ending. Yeah, I'd like that one. Use carefully. Not a total reset. progress has been reset. You're now free to enjoy the rest of my bad endings. It's crazy. I don't even have half of them. What are those question marks? What else can we make them do? What's the point of you being antisocial? If we just like tick all of these. And I feel like there has to be something different for the stupid little underling. Okay, eater. Going to town. Save yourself, yeah. What if we play the hero and like what if the hero, the hero goes back to town and encounters the underlane? We need to get to that on the hero. I don't know if it matters what the overlord is doing. Okay, I guess it just, yeah, the maiden was never found. That's not useful. Kill them. Kill them. He's already dead. But don't you're supposed to go back to town at some point. Like the underling goes to town and you kill him. See? How do I make the hero do that? But it's just maiden never found. Go back to town, you idiot. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. You're out. Bill. You're surprised the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you've just gone from one dead end to another. Maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You'll all burn together. Underling's true end. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? Wonder what will happen when you collect them all. You give in to despair, or... I mean, I don't know how to make them do much else. What's the point of being antisocial? It doesn't... Oh. Why did she do what she was told? The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. What changed? You figure you may as well go back to bed now. But you don't get to rest for very long. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can't. You can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? Remember now, you gave this one a day off, and this is how it repays you. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord end. Okay, is it because I made her, like, polite? I don't understand. She didn't leave before. Yeah, have a day off. You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wants to speak with you. Inquires about a maiden who is rumored to be here. You've never seen her. Humans don't visit often or ever, really. The hero takes his leave. You wonder why he totally trusted you there. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. You're feeling sleepy, so you go right back to your nap. You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Or you knew it. Or you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? Try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burned Overlord. Burned Overlord. But the poor fucking Overlord. I guess we've gotten this ending already. I don't know. Is it gonna be any different? Yeah, have the day off. Screw it. Nope. She burns to death. Hello, London. We're burned Overlord. God. That's so stupid. Can I make him hungry and disloyal? Get back to work. The missing maiden. You wake up to something completely unexpected. The underling's tearing your throat out. Yep. We've seen. Bunny, do you have any ideas? Because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I might as well turn this game off. I just turning everything on ain't gonna do much, is it? It's just gonna like screw everything up. Oh, she's dead. The underling. Save yourself. That's such a. The underling is like the lamest one to play as. He like does the least. I feel like he has the least options. I know, come save me. Nope. What you gonna do? The god dang underling. Everyone tells you again, you get lost. How rude, you just got here. Obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. Covered in demon blood, you are frightened by the sight of him and run away. You return to the village alone. Everyone is very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions and you tell them your story. You explain the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here. You notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without him, without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. But the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly. Why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Damn. That might be one of the worst endings yet. Okay. What if the hero is diplomatic and comes home, assumingly? You know, obey her. Down to the hero, ask what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle's like right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. You're very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. Return to the village alone. Everyone is very worried about you. 1,000 questions. You explain. They're whispering lies. Blah, blah. Is she just dead again? What is the hero doing right now? Doesn't he... He's supposed to go to the castle and be like, oh, yeah, they're actually nice. Okay, bye. That's what I told him to do. Why didn't he come back? They could not have possibly set up that public burn execution that fast. He should have been home by now. That's bullcrap. Okay, what else can we do? We're still missing like half of these. What if we play the hero in that? I guess. Okay, flee like a coward. But a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle's like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. Tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. Townspeople must be informed of this immediately. Oh, are they both gonna get burned at the stake now? We're not allowed to have happy endings. The two of you return to the village. They have all been so worried they praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers looked to you for explanation. You politely informed them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. He explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle to how little they trust the maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town elder breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her. Her demon friend's down already. But that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clean up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. But you are too late. Through the unguarded gates, you spot a group of demons surrounding a body. The maiden. She was a fool to have trusted the demons after all. Her hero blood is boiling. You'll avenge her death. Charge through the gates to eliminate every demon you see. What the fuck are y'all doing killing all my soldiers? Oh, it's too funny. The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demon kind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low in health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Unlucky hero. Okay, let's try Maiden again with him trusting. Okay, obey her. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. Turn to the village. Set the record straight. Lets you explain. The villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which make you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's as hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. The old man implores the hero go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they couldn't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. You aren't going to be held captive by anyone. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Grab the hero and run. You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero and prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of heading to a village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. Talking about assassinating the Overlord, you have to warn her. The hero shakes his head. He says that, oh god, did we just stumble into the same ending? Gotta save them. Fucking the bed, and that. Calls you a liar, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is all the same now. Well, what if I play the underling? Hear her out. Ugh, hate the stupid underling. You can't do anything as the underling. The underling sucks. It's either be disloyal and everyone burns to death, or hello for the follow exoket x. I'm trying to pronounce both K's on one on each side. How do you pronounce your name? Exoc Overlord, just like me for real. Oh, thanks for the follow. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I almost want to say like exotic, but that doesn't seem quite right. Exocket. Oh, it is almost like exotic. Exocket. What? I gotta like get that word familiar in my mouth. My mouth keeps tripping over it. Exotic. Exotic. Do you have any idea like how to make the underling do anything different? I'm like, I could go with the Overlord with this little configuration, but I think she's just gonna burn. I don't think possessive is gonna change anything. I think we've seen that. This doesn't seem to really change much anymore either. Like, it's like the underling doesn't do anything different. They're still gonna leave the castle and the same things are gonna happen. They're still gonna betray you. Stay for a while. Keep her here. Actually, what if we play the hero? Kiss her, kiss her. I wish that was an option. I would definitely do that if I could. Okay, what if we play the hero while she's possessive? Can we just let her keep the maiden? The Overlord objects to this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. Maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. The Overlord... Okay. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way only to be met with a cruel fate. You should have destroyed the evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero end. Okay, so I didn't really have any choices there. I feel like I keep just going back to the underling. I'm like, the underling like has nothing. Like the hero has like 4 options. The Overlord has 4 options. The maiden has 3. The underling gets 2. You can't do anything as the underling. I'm trying to think of like, what would they do different in that situation? There's nothing ever different. You either eat her and go to the town, and there's only like 2 options from there. Or like, hold on. How do I leave? Have I tried this? With like the hero not having killed the I don't remember. Take a nap. It's just this again. You wake up, kill the Overlord. Thinking on the Overlord's room, she's taking a nap like usual. It's almost too easy. You silently approach your master. You look so peaceful. Kicking out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. Turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up and ask again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed. While your head is turned, the demons shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move. You resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Coward. Okay. Well, the underling has something new now. They can be a damn coward. We might as well... We might as well do the ending where you've... Oh. You sneak to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. He approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. This was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. Tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. He follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Heroic underling. Okay, but I want... The Overlord needs to be, like, antisocial. But she's alone. Yeah, might as well do this ending. You figure the cleanest way to do this would to be dig your claws into her throat, so you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You're the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you as you had betrayed your overlord. Lord Underling B. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 3. Huh? Oh, is that what those, like, these 3 question marks are? My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again. Forever yours, Tragedy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be getting all these. I'm not so confident in that. Now which path lets the lesbians kiss? I don't know, you can be a tyrant, Percival. Introduce yourself. Refuse to leave. You put your foot down and tell you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny even if you have to make it happen on your own. He's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. Blah blah blah, you're on fire, you die. Oh boy. Ooh. Well, I guess I don't know. I'm pretty much done with this game. It would have been cool to get all the endings, but I don't know if I want to be here for the rest of my life. Oh, it gives you like hints though. Is this what you meant when you said to check the paths? Oh, I did not even know this was... Huh. This does clear some things up, doesn't it? The hero slays the demons. The maiden is obedient. Question mark. Guess we can try that. Kills all the demons. Maiden is obedient. Any of these else matter? Now let's try it. Kill the demons. He runs from you. Not wanting to look like you're a crazy person chasing her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? He's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. He must have done something horrible to deserve that. I had to call it a day and return to your house. You can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Huh. Well, what else is there? Hero tries to slay the Overlord. And then... is that the maiden? Hero finds the maiden, the Overlord is upset. I feel like we've done this. Okay. Do I have to make her possessive? To do... Now let's try this. I don't know what to do here. Can I just want to look at the... I don't guess I'm allowed to. I've seen that one. Okay. Slay the demons. Okay, I have to kill all the demons. I didn't kill the demons. Kill. 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 Nothing changed. Okay, I have to kill all, but then not kill the... I'm so smart. Kill. Ask what's going on. She explains she came here on her own. There was never any danger. She hesitantly asks you why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. Overlord moved past you and out the door. He sees our army in lifeless, bloody piles. He's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Stab the Overlord while you can. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. Haven't we seen this ending? Yeah, she's definitely too shy. Triumphant hero end. Yeah, that wasn't new. Try to slay the Overlord. Didn't I'm pretty sure I already said, like, oh, it's a big misunderstanding. And she just kills him. Big misunderstanding. Yeah, we've seen that one. What is this ending? Is it because I'm missing something that's like a word for the maiden? Do I have to do the maiden? But then it doesn't... What is this? I thought we did everything for the underling. But it's like grayed out. Like there's something we missed. See here. Do I have to do the maiden? You know what I mean. Maiden meets the Overlord. Overlord's antisocial. Uses to leave. The hero is trusting. They return to see the Overlord alone. The underling is disloyal. And then... I don't know what this word is. I don't have this word. Seems silly, because how could I have finished this? I'm missing a word. I guess I have to play as them. Begin their story. It's granted the day off. Bring the maiden to the castle. It's disloyal. Overlord is antisocial. The maiden is obedient. Hero's trusting. And then the underling does something. Underling get a choice? By like, hold on. Antisocial, obedient. I don't think any of this matters. They're not a tyrant. They are disloyal, antisocial, obedient, trusting. Trusting. I don't know if diplomatic matters. Okay, take her to the castle. Be disloyal. You and your friends turned to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Captor, toss her in the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. You're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asked about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice," and other such cliche hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who managed to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You're the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they'll betray you as you've betrayed your Overlord. Okay. I think we have all the words for the underling now. What this? Praise the hero, begin the story. You're dutiful. Slaughter the demons. Find the maiden. Overlord is upset. You tried to slay the Overlord. Oh yeah, I needed the word for the maiden. I need it. Okay. I need to go down the path where she gets, I guess, thrown in jail. The one where she gets thrown in jail, and the one where I guess they just tear her to shreds. In the story, meet the Overlord, antisocial. You leave. The hero's trusting, but you go alone. Okay. Hero's trusting, antisocial. And this captor, obey her. Leave on your own. Improve yourself without anyone's help. Make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. Suspicious groups of demons stand just outside the entrance. You're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overheard them and decide to lock you in the dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. Can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's gonna keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself? You sure can't. You sure can't. You hear the sound of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? If he's out there, your cries don't reach him. After a while, The violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what's happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. Imprisoned maiden. Okay, now I just take the captor off and do that again. Obey her. Leave on your own. They immediately notice you overheard them. The underling you recognize from before is the first to do something about it. This is just the way it has to be. They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly. Oh, damn. Okay. What else can the maiden do? Guess she unlocks a new word if I do this. She begins her story. You meet the Overlord. Antisocial, but you stay. And the hero is dutiful and heroic. Antisocial, but you stay. The hero is beautiful and heroic. Refuse to leave. Hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Oh, protect her. You selfishly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out all right for your new friend. Sacrificial maiden. Let's just try that again and I guess not be a martyr. Do nothing. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle past the corpses of his enemies. Try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent maiden. Okay. Couple more of these. Main begins story. Antisocial, but she stays. The hero's diplomatic. Underlane is a freaking butthead. Maiden overhears the plot. Runs back to warn her. A diplomatic, disloyal. Maiden stays. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. He digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout maiden end. Only one more maiden. This one. Diplomatic, possessive. Diplomatic, possessive. The Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. Tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. Hero puts on a brave face for you. You won't let her go. Maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. She really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complacent. Or her expression is complicated. I can read. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. He vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means. There's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Well, that might be the best Yuri ending we're gonna get. Whoa, lost letter 2. I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I opened up my very own theater. You'd be so proud. If you could only see it, I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. Sorry for going ahead without you. I thought if my theater could just become world famous and maybe you just might hear of it wherever you are. Forever yours. Tragedy. I have all the words here. Complicated. Let the demon have the day off. Stay in chat. Hero's diplomatic. Is it gonna... Oh, several of these. Okay, he's diplomatic. And we're possessive. And I don't think it matters what anything else does. Wait, I forget. I don't remember if I let them have the day off or not. Possessive. Vayne came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. Okay. He wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep the maiden very safe from now on. Selfish Overlord. Okay. How about that one? Looks like the most complicated. Okay, the day off. Antisocial. He goes home. Yeah, she goes home. Hero's trusting. The maiden is resolute. The underling is disloyal. That sounds complicated. Trusting, resolute, disloyal. I think this matters. Antisocial. Let them go. Vayne suddenly burst into your room, accompanied by a hero. Trying to talk frantically. Blah, blah, blah. They're liars. Blah, blah, blah. Beneath our heel. Very Overlord-like. You're not very strong. Yeah. I feel like we've done this. We've done this so many times. Yeah. Okay, so I guess this one is we have to kill him. You almost feel sorry for them. Take a retribution. You pierce their chest with your claws and they scream. The hero backs away. He's wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. Doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Fightful Overlord end. And these ones, you let them have the day off. He stays and chats. Your hero is dutiful. You notice the sound of battle have started ringing through the castle halls. The maiden's getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underling's roughhousing, no big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room, but he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood, and the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation. You move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies and pieces all strewn about the castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Why did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing, but you're far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You've had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Okay. Well, that definitely wasn't Yuri. Beautiful, heroic, and a murder. Hey. Maiden shouts something behind you, and you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. Okay, now this is Yuri. It pierces her chest, and she falls to the floor lifeless. Well, that's a good quote, Jer. Well, that definitely wasn't Yuri. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken everything from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. Vengeful overlord. Ooh, only one more. I guess remove martyr. Grant them the day off, let her stay. Feel sudden sharp pain through your back. Look down to see a blade protruding from your chest. Ah, that was careless of you. So this is how you die, stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right, humans can't be trusted. Not if this is what they're capable of. You should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch as the hero takes the maiden's hand, letting her through the sea of corpses he's left in his wake. Captured by a demon, at least she got what she came here for. You join your army in an eternal slumber. Lane Overlord end. Oh, lost letter 4. Well, who needs number 1 anyway, huh? You remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why would those poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet you managed to convince me it really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day even now. I wonder if somewhere you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. Okay, two more endings, and then we'll be done. I'll have like 100% of the game, which you probably heard several times. I didn't think I'd do, and then I found this magical menu that spells it out for you. Dutiful. Lord's upset. He's heroic. Okay. Pretty much just put this on Martyr. And kill the demons. I think I messed this up. Yeah, I messed it up. Hold on. Okay, you kill the demons. You kill more demons. Find the maiden. Overlord is upset. Okay, you try to kill the Overlord. Okay, that's... Kill. 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 You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. Your blade pierces the maiden instead. She's sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful raise. You parry and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands and your clothes. Blood. So much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrap it in your cape, and begin your journey back to the town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration. Loyal hero end. Oh my god, one more. I guess we haven't done the true ending with the hero yet. Diplomatic. Disloyal. Yeah, that's not too hard to get to, huh? Merciful. Merciful. Disloyal. And you need to be diplomatic. You're gonna kill it as retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? Yes, it doesn't matter now. You all burn together. Wow. Hero's true end. We might as well read letter 1. A little late. It just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this, it's unreasonable. Cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow, so I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more, and then maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. I'm gonna check. I assume I got all the achievements. Missing 2. Hell did I miss? Do I have to do the achievement's called I've Missed You, My Darling. And I'm assuming I have to fight tragedy again while I've finished all of their stories. Need to get to the maiden's true ending again. They're antisocial. It doesn't matter. They're antisocial, but they stay. The hero's diplomatic. He's disloyal. Or they are disloyal. Merciful. Merciful, disloyal, diplomatic. Yeah, it can't end like this. Blah, blah. Time to take it into your own hands. The hero is burning. Use another roll. Hi guys. You smile awkwardly and introduce yourself. The maiden is the first to respond. My prayers have been answered. You must be... Okay. I'm sick of all these bad endings. And frankly, you should have never come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? Time to fight God. How do I... Perhaps I don't understand just how outclassed you are here. All the same. Oh. You've witnessed all 41 of my painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much of a masochist as me. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your heart. They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame you couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Do I just kill them now? I'm gonna look at the achievement again. Yeah, it's just called Tragedy's End. And it says, I've missed you, my darling. Maybe I just killed him now. Skip all this. Skip all this. All of that. Trying to remember the magic words. Willpower. Hope. Tenacity. And ambition. You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I say no. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. Here's your true ending. What am I supposed to do? I didn't get the achievement. Hey. Hey, I watched the credits already. Hey. I want all the achievements. I've been here this long. There's another one to total reset, which is like easy enough. But I'm like, what's the... I'm just trying to look it up while these credits roll. Okay, here's a guide for all achievements. It's rather long. Tragedy's End. Oh, I have to set through the credits and you'll see two options. Pick Something's Missing and you'll go through Tragedy's story. Okay, do that. Oh, I do like this little song. I'm thirsty. And all I have is this lava lamp. Honey, should I drink the lava lamp? I don't see anything on it telling me I shouldn't. Your true end. Something's missing. Oh, you're still here? The curtain is closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell, after all. There is one more. Me? You'd like to know why I started this theater? Because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. Remove the mask. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks in my mask. Piece by piece it falls apart in your hands, revealing... a woman. Oh, I should have warned you this might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maidens. I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't mean, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Would you like to hear not another ending, but the truth? Tell me. Alright, one last story. You might already know this, but it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out to fulfill some sort of destiny, that part was true. She met someone, another girl. A running theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time, everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like the types of stories where love conquers all, where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardship and everything is okay in the end. I lost her, and then I started this theater. But this story does have a happy end. But this story, huh? I was hoping to find you. It's you. It's been so long. Thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same to you. You knew I could never resist giving your stories a happy ending. So of course, I'd be drawn to a place like this. Yes, but I didn't think it would actually work. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. Now truly everyone can live happily ever after. Tragedies end. Well, it was hard not to have my voice break in the end of that. That definitely got me. Nothing more to see, my love, but if you'd like to reset, if you really want to experience everything all over again, I'm happy to oblige. Yep, I want that last achievement, baby. It seems silly that you get an achievement for completely wiping your game history, but your progress has been completely reset, huh? Does this count as a bad ending? Well, just in case. Total reset end. Huh. Well, that kind of answers my little inquiry there of why would the game, achievement for wiping your save history. Oh, that was a good game. And it really did have me tearing up at the end there. I was surprisingly satisfied by this. I didn't think it'd be like that good or that in depth. I thought it would just be like kind of silly everywhere nonsense, but it did like wrap together well at the end. I'm glad I like stuck through and actually finished it. Because there were several times there where I was like, well, I guess I'm done. I guess I'm gonna go. I'm not sure what to do next. I think it was like X socket showed up and like told me to check the paths, which made me kind of like curious. And I was clicking around in the menu, and I'm like, oh my god, there are the paths here. That's so helpful. It's not so much a puzzle game anymore. Wow, and Sunny brought me a drink. Thank you, Sunny. Um, um, I guess I'll go ahead and close this stream up. I've got work tomorrow. I want to try to get Sunny to play some Marvel Rivals with me. I think I got some friends who want to play Fortnite later. I got a busy night. But yeah, again, this game was a lot better than I thought it'd be. in the nicest way possible, honestly. Like, it was a fantastic game, and I'm glad I played it. But also glad everyone hung out and watched it with me, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you cried at the end. I hope I hope you're yeah, I hope you had some good melancholy feelings. Night night moons, hi Sunny. Hi Jer. I guess aren't you streaming tonight? I'll go look at your schedule. I think you are. Yeah, I'm looking at your schedule. Planet Planet Coaster 2. You are in a couple hours. I'm so sorry I can't read you. It's too far away. But yeah, if you're perceiving this, go check out my friend Chill Jer. You probably won't cry on his stream, but maybe the opposite. Oh, I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'll try to be back soon enough. Probably, what am I thinking? Probably not tomorrow because I work tomorrow, but I think Saturday, I don't know what I'll be doing, but Saturday I will very likely stream. Bye.